it doesn't look like it's going to be their day, but the sister car.
Certainly the questions about the victory last year being a fluke because of the weather conditions, I think Peugeot has come back and put an exclamation mark not only on the victory that they looks like that they will end up with today, but on last year's as well. Take the asterisk away from the victory in 2009.
Well, I think last year they certainly deserved it on speed, but the Audi still seemed to be a little bit better in the tricky wet conditions. I think the traction control on the Audi last year was still a little bit better than Peugeot. They've continued to work on that. Certainly for Le Mans, they knew that they had to improve that system, and they did so.
And the big picture at Sebring, at the Mobil 1 12 Hours of Sebring. Remember, Audi had tried, as the white flag flies, Audi tried to run that interim car, and Peugeot said they blocked it and said no. So instead, they took the R15 Plus down to Homestead Miami Speedway and tested. Peugeot went on to get victory at this year's Mobil 1 12 Hours of Sebring. We went on to the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Another head-to-head clash with the Giants as Lamy and Frank Montagny watch on. They're not far away from victory lane and standing on top of that podium. At Le Sarthe, it was a great head-to-head battle, but massive engine dramas for Peugeot, as well as one of the cars had structural damage, and they handed it to Audi. It was a 1-2-3 for the four rings. However, here on US soil, this has been a fair head-to-head fight, and the Lion will roar just like it did in Florida earlier in the year.
So much on the line here tonight. We talked about Corvette trying to get their first win of the year. Looks like right now they're going to come up a little bit short, as Ollie Gavin currently runs second behind Tony Vilander in the Risi cars. So the note on Magnussen, could he get that first win of the year and continue his streak? It's going to come awfully close.
Coming to the checkered flag, the Lion does roar again. And another victory in the United States for Peugeot. Frank Montagny and Stefan Sarrazin go back-to-back, and they add their little mate Pedro Lamy to the list as well. And what an accomplishment. Montagny will celebrate with his mates on a fine victory. And what a way to go out. What a way for us to farewell the Peugeot 908 in America. Nice job for all three of those guys. The sister car was pushing them all the way, as well as Audi. It just goes to show, in endurance sports car racing, you have to have all the pieces of the puzzle together. There was a Ferrari slowing there. Was it 62?
Wow.
Oh, did they not give it enough fuel?
Did they not splash him enough? Oh, this is devastating. This is devastating, because if he drops out of the top three, it could turn the manufacturers back to BMW.
And guess what? The Corvette is ready to pounce. Corvette can overtake and get the victory. It's Ollie Gavin in the 4 car. And there he goes. Wow. How about that? Oliver Gavin wins GT2 for Corvette. They finally get their victory, and Tony Vilander is stranded down at turn 10A.
Unbelievable. Not even 2 corners to go.
Can you believe it?
Look at the boys. Look at the Corvette boys. They get their first victory in GT2.
They'll take it that way. They don't care. These guys have worked hard. They were not shut out. They did win.
Wow.
And you know what? That's not a gift. They got it right. Ferrari got it wrong.
15 seconds ago, they were down. It was going to be a season without a victory. And we said it is not over until it's over. And one more time, it changes.
Well, the question is going to be, I'm not sure where Dirk Werner is on the racetrack right now. He's still shown in 4th position. But with the Ferrari dropping from the top spot, that's going to change the points around here.
So we know that with a top 5 finish, Patrick Long, Jörg Bergmeister are champions. But what about that manufacturers and teams, and what about the party at Corvette Racing?
Look at the emotion. Boy, they deserve this. They really do.
I think it's going to be BMW, Lee. I think they're going to jump to the top, even with Werner finishing 4th, because the Ferrari does not win.
Do you know what? Whatever the American Le Mans Series does, they need to have this event, as always, as their season finale. This has to be the championship ending round every year, because it ends like this. Dramatic fashion and a huge story. And how about that? Car number 4, Ollie Gavin, drives it to victory lane to get their first in GT2 and get the monkey off their back.
And what about Magnussen? Gets another victory. His
Another
streak
one for
continues.
Mags. And it's all about sportsmanship, isn't it, Brian? Look at this. Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich congratulating Bruno Firmin and the driver lineup. Keep it fair, keep it honest, good sportsmanship. Oh my goodness. Are you ready for the Corvette party?
Frank, you won this thing last year. It was range short, and now you guys go the distance. Does this feel great?
Yeah, I feel good, and it's always feel good to come back here in America. The spirit is so good, and the races are very, very tough. But it's such a good feeling to win here.
Stefan, this is the last couple races for the 908. You've been such a big part of this program. How important is it to close out with victories for this car?
Yeah, it's very important to finish the story of 908 with a victory. We won last year, and the second victory with Pedro and Frank, so I'm so happy today for Peugeot. It's a very good end of the season, so just a pleasure.
And Pedro, with the win at Silverstone, the win here, now you guys have a nice lead in the Intercontinental Cup. Without that victory at Le Mans, how important, how much pressure from Peugeot to win the Intercontinental Cup this year?
Well, we had so big hope for Le Mans, but now the pressure was for this championship, and we are leading, so it's almost done for us, and we are just waiting for the last race. That's great for Peugeot. It was a great championship. This car was the fastest during all the races this year. Just in Le Mans was not brilliant, but these victories takes all the bad moments we had.
Well, with this win, Peugeot now 3 in a row on U.S. soil.